Pray, the war is not over. Son, my journey here on earth hasn't been easy. You know, I too have faced the battle against challenges and temptations. But one thing I tell you, the war is not over. When I spoke about the fight, I spoke so you would know that, as long as you're in this world, challenges will always be present. They cannot defeat you, but you must be prepared, for the battle continues every day. I have called you to be in constant prayer. It's not just a one-time moment, but a constant attitude in your heart. Prayer is your weapon. When you pray, you strengthen yourself in me. You connect with me in a deep and true way. Don't think you will overcome everything without leaning on me. The war is not over, but through prayer, you remain strong. I know that sometimes you feel the struggle is too much for you. The weight feels crushing on your shoulders. Temptations become intense, and you might even think of giving up. But I want to remind you, you are not alone. I am with you. And through prayer, you can feel my presence closer than ever. The war is not over, but you are not fighting without support. When discouragement takes over, it's important to remember that at all times, you have an inexhaustible source of strength. I am that source, and through prayer, you can renew your vigor. Do not allow the problems of the world to distract you from what truly matters, your connection with me. Pray, son, pray constantly, for that is the key to victory. I know that many times, life feels full of invisible battles. You don't see the attacks, but you feel them in your heart. Maybe fear, anxiety, or even doubt surface, and it's easy to forget that this war is not against people, but against forces that want to weaken you. Pray, son, and you will be strengthened to resist all of it. Every day, you must be ready. There is no time to relax or lower your guard. The battle comes and goes, and you need to be in constant prayer. The enemy wants you to be distracted, wants you to weaken, but you have power in my word. Pray, and the enemy will not have dominion over you. I have called you to be a warrior in my name, but I never asked you to fight alone. Don't confuse the fight with loneliness. Prayer is your communion with me. Prayer is the moment when you speak and I listen, when you surrender and I sustain you. There is no reason to fear, for in prayer you will find peace. When you feel tempted to give up, remember that the difficulties are not permanent. They have an end, but for that, you need to pray without ceasing. Don't give in to passivity. Don't let the difficulties dominate you. I am by your side, and through prayer, you will find the strength to continue. I know the war seems endless, but in me, you have the guarantee that you will emerge victorious. When you kneel, when you cry out, you are declaring that the war is not over. Trust is in me. I have not abandoned you, and I will not abandon you. Prayer is a daily reminder that I am with you, fighting by your side. The battles are real, son. I haven't hidden that from you, but I've shown you the way of prayer, trust, and perseverance. The war is not over, but I am here to help you fight until the end. And with prayer, you will never be alone. The war is not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual forces that try to bring you down. I teach you how to fight, not with violence or physical strength, but with prayer, with faith, and with unwavering trust. Do not let the struggles of life pull you away from me. Pray, and you will have the power that comes from me. Even if you cannot see what's happening in the spiritual world, understand that through prayer, you can change the course of things. Your power doesn't come from your own strength, but from your connection with me. Every prayer you make is a victory over the forces of evil. I know you feel the battles, you feel the exhaustion, but I tell you, you are stronger than you think. Don't be deceived by appearances. The war may seem tough, but you already have victory assured. Just keep praying, keep connecting with me. The war is not over, but you are already victorious. Do not worry about what is to come. Each day, each prayer, you prepare for what tomorrow will bring. The war is not over, but with each prayer, you grow stronger, you prepare, and you win the battles. Remember that prayer is not a task, but a key to freedom. I know that, on your journey, the temptation to abandon prayer will be great. But I ask you, son, do not give up. No matter how difficult it gets, do not stop praying. I am with you, and when you pray, you receive my help. The war is not over, but you are in good hands. Every time you kneel and pray, you are telling the enemy that it has no power over you. Every time you speak with me, you are claiming your victory. The war is not over, but in prayer, you find the strength to overcome it. The battle may be tough, son, but it will never be greater than your ability to win. I have already overcome the world, and I give you that victory. Do not despair. Do not retreat. Pray, and you will find peace in the midst of the fight. The war is not over, but in me, you are more than a conqueror. I want you to know that I will not leave you in the battle alone. When you pray, you invite me to act on your behalf. I fight with you, by your side. The war is not over, but together, we can overcome any obstacle. Pray, and know that my strength will always be at your reach. I see your struggle. I know the difficulties you face. But I speak to you with love. The war is not over, but you have everything you need to win. Prayer is your strength, your protection, and I will never leave you without my help. Trust, pray, and you will see my hand upon your life. The war is not over. The war is not over, but you already have the victory guaranteed. Through prayer, you align yourself with me in my purpose. Never forget, you are stronger than you think. I am with you, always. Pray, and see the difference in your life. I love you, son, and I will always be with you in every battle. The war is not over, but in me, you are already more than a conqueror. Son, I see the effort you make every day. I know you feel tired sometimes, but I tell you, don't give up, for every prayer you make is a seed planted in the field of faith. You may not immediately see the fruit, but I assure you they are growing in every word you direct to my heart. Do not look at the obstacles, look at my presence, which is with you every step you take. The battle will continue, but remember, the most important thing is not the fight, it is your trust in me. When the winds of adversity begin to blow stronger, and you feel the storm is impossible to overcome, remember that prayer is your anchor. When you pray, you anchor yourself in me. I am the one who calms the winds and brings light into the darkness. The difficulties may not disappear instantly, but in every moment of prayer, you find stability. You learn to trust in me more than in the circumstances. Do not fear, for I am the one who sustains you, and the war you face has already been won on the cross. I know how much you dedicate yourself in your heart to keep your faith firm, but don't think the battle will be won by human effort. What you need is to rest in my strength. Prayer connects you to my inexhaustible source of power. When you pray, you allow me to work in your life in a way that no human strategy can. I am greater than any enemy that may come your way. And through prayer, you are allowing me to work in you and around you. Trust the process, son, and know that even in difficulties, there is a greater purpose. In moments of doubt, when you ask yourself if the war really has an end, remember that in me, everything has a purpose. Even the challenges, the struggles, and the pain, everything has a reason in the grand plan I am fulfilling. Prayer helps you to see beyond the immediate, to realize that no fight is in vain. When you come before me, you are declaring your trust that I am using these battles to shape your character, to strengthen your faith, and to prepare you for greater things. The temptation to withdraw can be great, son, when the battle feels harder than you can bear. But it is precisely in these moments that your prayer becomes even more important. The war is not over, and the enemy will try to make you feel powerless. But I tell you with full certainty, prayer is your direct line to me, and when you pray with faith, you create an impenetrable barrier against any attack. Prayer is not just words, it is a cry that moves the heavens. Keep praying, no matter how difficult the days may be, for in prayer, you remain firm and strengthened. Finally, son, I want you to know that you will never be left alone in this war. It may seem that the times of struggle are endless, but in every moment of difficulty, you are being prepared for victory. I did not promise you an easy path, but the war is not over. I guarantee that you will not face this war without my constant presence. Prayer reminds you of this. Always remember, the war is not over, but in me, you are already more than a conqueror. Pray with persistence, with confidence, and you will see my mighty hand in your life. I am with you, now and forever. Son, as you walk this path of battle, it is natural to feel exhausted from time to time. The struggle is not always visible to the eyes of the world, but within you, the war is real. Don't think that, when you pray, you are just asking something from me. You are, in fact, aligning yourself with me, declaring that you choose to trust in me above the circumstances around you. When you pray, you strengthen yourself and prepare for what's to come, because prayer not only brings relief, but also wisdom and discernment. When you pray, you open yourself to the direction that comes from me, and it is in this way that, even in the middle of battles, you will find the peace that the world cannot offer. The war you face is often an invisible battle, and for that reason, it can be easy to become discouraged. The enemy often attacks in the most sensitive areas, where you feel the pain of insecurity, doubt, and fear. But I tell you, these are the areas that need your prayer the most. When you feel most vulnerable, when it seems like there's no way out, it is in this moment that your prayer becomes most powerful. Because, through prayer, you allow me to restore those wounds and strengthen your soul. Do not feel weak, for I am your refuge. With me, you can face anything. Sometimes, you may wonder why the challenges are so great and why it feels like the struggle never ends. Son, understand that growth does not happen in comfort zones. I have called you to a journey that, while full of battles, is also full of opportunities for your spiritual strengthening. Each struggle, each battle won in prayer, is a step toward what I have prepared for you. The war is not over, but know that I am shaping you every moment. Do not be discouraged, for I am using each challenge to take you to a higher place, closer to me, and stronger in faith. I know that, in many situations, it may seem like your prayers are not answered the way you expect. But, son, prayer is not just about asking something from me. It is about being in tune with my heart and trusting that I know what's best for your life. Often, the results don't come as we expect, but that doesn't mean you aren't being heard. I see your struggle, I see your prayers, and I am working on your behalf in ways you may not understand now. What you need to remember is that the war is not over, but the victory has already been won. I have called you to persevere in prayer, even when the results are not immediate. As you go through life and face this battle, it's important that you not only focus on the difficulties, but also see the small victories each day. Every prayer you make, every act of faith, every moment you resist, even when everything seems to be falling apart, is a victory. The enemy wants to make you see only what is going wrong, but I call you to look at the small things you are overcoming, and in doing so, understand that the battle is helping you grow. The war is not over, but each day, you get closer to the final victory. Never underestimate the power of your prayers, even in the small things. The war is not over. Son, prayer is not an act of weakness, but an act of power. When you pray, you are connecting heaven to earth. You are bringing my strength into your life and telling the enemy that you will not give in. No matter how difficult the day is, no matter what difficulties you face, you have in your hands a powerful tool, prayer. I give you this weapon so that you can be strong, so that you will not succumb to the pressures. In prayer, you become more than a conqueror, because when you pray, you are reminding yourself who your true commander is in this war. I am with you, don't forget that. Finally, my dear son, I want you to know that even though the war may seem endless, I am the one who restores all things. I will not leave you to fight alone. And when you pray, you are inviting me to act, to transform, and to win alongside you. The war is not over, but with each prayer, you prepare for a future of peace and victory. Do not fear the challenges, for each battle fought in prayer brings you closer to me, closer to my will. I am by your side, guiding you, protecting you, and strengthening you with every step. Do not stop praying. The war will pass, and you will be stronger for everything you've learned along the way. Son, I know that at many times, the weight of the battle seems greater than you can bear, but I want you to know that you were not made to carry this weight alone. I am with you every step of the way, carrying the burden with you that feels like too much. Don't forget that I am your foundation, and prayer is the key that keeps you standing. Every time you kneel and cry out to me, you are asking for my strength, asking me to intervene in your life. You are not fighting alone. In prayer, you release my presence, and nothing can shake you when you place yourself in my hands. When fear tries to take hold of you and thoughts of despair begin to infiltrate your heart, remember that prayer is the antidote to these emotions. Do not let fear rule your life. I am the one who drives out fear, who brings peace to the storm. The enemy will try to paralyze you with uncertainties and insecurities, but I give you the confidence that there is no battle greater than my presence in your life. Pray with courage, pray with faith, for I am working in you and around you, bringing clarity where there is confusion, strength where there is weakness. I know you have already been through a lot and that difficult days still lie ahead, but I promise you, son, that I will never leave you alone in the midst of the war. Prayer is the bridge that connects you to my strength, and every time you draw near to me in prayer, you allow me to show you the way. There is no darkness I cannot illuminate, no war I cannot win by your side. Prayer is not an escape from the fight. It is a preparation for you to face the battle with wisdom, faith, and confidence in my power. I am your God, and there is nothing you need to fear. Son, sometimes you may feel that the path is lonely, and the moments of struggle seem endless. but it is precisely in these moments that I want you to know that my presence is more real than ever. The war is not over, and the fight continues. But know that I am your refuge, your shield, and your strength. When you pray, you give me permission to act, to move what needs to be moved, to transform what needs to be transformed. Prayer places you in a place where you can rest in me, even when the world around you seems to fall apart. The war is not over. Never underestimate the power of prayer, son. Every word that comes from your mouth, every sincere cry, has an impact on the spiritual world. You are creating a defense around your life, around your family, around your battles. I do not let you face the war without the necessary resources. Prayer is the tool you have to strengthen yourself, to overcome adversities, and to receive the direction you need. When you pray, you allow me to act in ways you cannot even imagine. And know this, victory is reserved for those who persevere in prayer. No matter how long the battle lasts, no matter how intense the challenges are, I tell you, victory is certain for those who remain firm in prayer. The war may continue, but you have already been made more than a conqueror. Every day of prayer brings you closer to my heart and strengthens you for what is to come. No matter what happens, I am by your side. When you pray, you make a choice for me. You choose to trust in my faithfulness. And I, who never fail, will be with you until the end, guiding, sustaining, and leading you to the final victory. Amen.